Good morning, good morning, good morning. You're watching I'm Just Saying with Jasmineshyanne. How is everybody? And I want to thank my followers so much because yesterday we had a whopping 92 people tune in with like 35 replays. So that's like over 100 views on yesterday's topic, which was just 10 life lessons. So today I'm going to give you I really thought about this, and this is something that I wanted to share with you guys because you know how you listen, but sometimes you don't fully understand. So I used to hear people say, and people motivationally speak and say, to channel your brain and do all these things. And I'm wondering, like, what do they mean by that? Like, how can you telling yourself something make something be? Until I started learning, I started gaining experience, and I started doing the research for myself. So that's what I'm going to share with you guys, is how to shape the brain for success. So I'm just going to give you guys some keys to let you guys know about the brain, some things that maybe you guys aren't aware of. But the brain keeps developing until your late 40s. So if you're wondering like how all these people didn't make it till they was 30 something, your brain is still developing, and you still have a lot more learning and a lot more developing to do. So your brain uses about 20% of the total oxygen and blood in your body. So if your brain takes about 20% of that, if you tell your brain to do something, it will be so. So when you're awake, the brain produces enough energy to light a small light bulb. And this is what I mean by shaping your brain for success, because if your brain is producing that much energy, how is it producing it? And how are you using that energy? So it is scientifically proven that even a small dose of power can change how a person's brain operates and diminish empathy. So if you ever wonder, people who get a little high up and they don't give a fuck, all of it is not totally their fault, is all I'm going to say. Lack of sleep affects the brain. It can impair judgment and slow down your reaction. So when everybody's saying, oh, sleep is the cousin of death, I'll sleep when I die, I don't take sleep, I'll take long blinks, you know how everybody was saying that, your sleep is actually going to affect you negatively. So even if it's not a full 8 hours, get 6 and drink a lot of water. You have to do what you have to do to maintain your brain. So when you learn something new, the structure of your brain changes. So every time you intake new information and you actually learn it and properly digest it, your brain structure is changing. And here's another one, and this is very interesting, is that on average, a human being has about 70,000 thoughts a day. 70,000 thoughts a day. Now that's a lot of thoughts a day, but the problem with all of those thoughts is that almost 50% of them are negative. That is a problem. You have to train your brain to not be negative. You cannot be around negativity and take that negativity with you into your life. All right. So once you're able to shape your brain and tell yourself these things, you're actually rewiring the way that your brain can apply certain energies. Okay, so let me say that again. Once you apply these things, the brain can rewire your energies. Okay, so with that, you're going to be able to become more successful and more fulfilled in life. So by training the thoughts, you can potentially have an increased ability to adapt to new information and new situations. That means you can learn and grow without a problem. You don't have a problem with growth. You don't have a problem with learning. You don't have a problem with adapting. You can control your environment. Having control of your brain and your mind and your thoughts and your energy that is around you and your environment helps you to be able to control your environment, because you know what's going on. You don't have any doubts. You have all the confidence. You have the keys. You got it. Nobody else. So it can also help you to resist the urge to use self-defeating language, such as I can't. We talked in the show the other day about deleting the word later out of your vocabulary. Certain things like that, it will help you resist the urge to self-defeat yourself. You are your biggest. No. You are your biggest. I have a tattoo all down here. It's huge. It says host of imperfections. Because I know that that's what I am. And I'm trying to learn and accept all my flaws in my everyday life. And so, you can begin and end all communications positively. Even if the conversation is not the most positive. I'm going to just be honest with y'all. A family member of mine, love him to death, just got fired the other day. When he talked to me, the conversation was nothing but positive. And it was such a negative topic. But because of the person that I am, and because of the person that he is, we were able to have a positive conversation regarding that situation. And so it doesn't matter what the topic is. It matters how you handle the topic and how you react to the topic, which should always be with positivity. And so just as much as you can begin and end communication positively, you can do the same for your day. You can think bigger than what you actually desire. Me, I feel success. I feel it beating in my heart every day. I'm like, ooh, what's that? That's success on my brain and my heart and my mind. This talk show is a way for me to pave my own lane because nobody is out here making lanes for people to drive down, for people to walk through. You have to create it for yourself. So you have to think bigger than what you actually can desire, than what you actually desire. And you can do that by shaping your brain for success. It's all in the head. Don't let nobody tell you no. Don't let nobody put you down. Don't let nobody tell you that there's no way you can do that. Because just like as I'm creating a lane for myself, and just like many other celebrities and people have created a lane for themselves, and just like many local people out here, small business owners have created a lane for themselves, you can too. So you're watching I'm Just Saying with Jasmineshyanne. Listen, I just want success for you guys. I'm out of here today, all right? Bye.